Good morning. My topic is all about consent and the cycle of violence. What is consent? Consent means to give permission to do something. And there are three main points to understand. First, consent is ongoing, which means people can change their minds at any point. Second, the absence of a no does not mean yes. You should discuss consent openly. And third, your partner or partners must have the capacity to give consent. But what does capacity to give consent mean? Capacity is actual or potential ability to perform. You may have noticed that things like alcohol and drugs can reduce your ability to make reasoned judgments, such as deciding when it's safe to cross the road. The same applies to consent. If the judgments of one or more partners is impaired by the use of alcohol or drugs, then they cannot consent to any sexual activity. In this situation, you should try to make sure that everyone is safe and seek additional help if necessary. You should never engage in sexual activity with someone who cannot consent. This would be sexual violence. Consent can be affected by a power imbalance. It's important to think about how any power imbalances may affect consent. Think about where you stand in terms of physical strength, gender, disability including neurodivergence, race, class, age, sexuality, and any other form of privilege, advantage, or power. You should acknowledge this and talk it through with your partner or partners before you agree what you are comfortable with. And then, followed by the cycle of violence. It refers to repeated act of violence in a relationship. It starts minor incidents and more on to more serious level of violence. The cycle of violence may start in a child who is a victim or witness to violence and may be repeated when the child becomes an adult. And the example of this is that the impact of being a victim or witnesses to violence in a child is traumatic. It can make a child scared, unhappy, lonely, lost self-confidence, blame themselves, lost sleep, and pick up fight with peers. Thanks for watching, and for more info, just subscribe this YouTube channel. Buyers!